Okay, this video is to help you find your slant height. So I drew a little pyramid, but I'm gonna show you on here first. The slant height is where we go from the top straight down to the bottom of where it reaches here in a 90-degree angle. So it's the height of this one triangle here. Okay, and that measures for every single side. So what that looks like is we picked our height from the middle of the bottom to the top, and that's kind of on the inside of this pyramid that we can't see, okay? We know our apothem, which is from here to there at a 90-degree angle, and we're trying to find our slant height. So we want to redraw this as a triangle that looks like this. Okay, this is a 90-degree angle. We have our height, I chose 30, and we have our apothem. I calculated it to be 11.01. Remember, you guys are going to have different numbers than these. Okay, and we're trying to find our slant height here. So we're gonna call that S. All right, that's an S. So we have two sides and we're missing a side, but we're not given angles. So that tells us we need to use the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Well, c represents our hypotenuse, S, and then a squared and b squared doesn't matter the order. So I'm just gonna pick an order. 30 squared plus 11.01 squared equals S squared. Okay, so now I'm plugging it in. In your calculator, I've got 30 and then squared, 30 squared plus 11.01 squared equals, and I get this big old number, 1021.22. So I'm just gonna write that here. Well, now we need to get rid of this square. And obviously this is a huge slant height here. So what we do is we take the square root of both sides. So now S equals the square root of that number. Calculators are super cool because what you can do here is you can type in this, and you don't have to remember that number. You can hit this A and S button. On other calculators, sometimes you have to use the second key to find it. But what that does is it just plugs in your previous answer. So we get 31.95. Okay, keeping in mind that your slant height needs to be bigger than both of these sides. So my biggest side is 30 right now. Well, now it's 32 almost. And that's how you know you did it right. It should also be just slightly bigger than your height here, okay? And then we're gonna call that centimeters as well. And that is how you find your slant height.